We'll go and see the cracks again someday.
Disclaimer. Due to the nature of this video, some viewers may find this information very disturbing. If you are uncomfortable with suicide, please leave the video now. Younger viewers may also find this disturbing. If you feel the need to talk to someone about suicide, talk with parents or relatives, as well as calling the National Suicide Prevention Hotline, 1-800-273-8255. You have been warned. Today's episode is different. Very different. This is the first time we're covering a real-life incident with lost footage. Today we discuss the life of young news reporter Christine Chubbuck, who she was, and what happened to her live on camera. Let's go. Christine Chubbuck was born August 24th, 1944, in Hudson, Ohio. Her parents were Margaretha and George Chubbuck. She lived alongside two brothers named Tim and Greg. The family lived in Ohio for most of her early life. She attended an all-girls school in Shaker Heights, Ohio. This school was the Laurel School for Girls. Young Christine started a club named the Dateless Wonder Club, which was a secret group. After her years at Laurel, she attended 3 different colleges, majoring in theater arts for 1 year at Ohio State, an unknown major at Endicott College, and finally getting her degree in broadcasting from Boston University in 1965. Once she had her degree, she began her work in television on PBS affiliate WVIZ, which was new at the time. She worked there for about a year before moving to WXLT-TV in Sarasota, Florida. This station later became WWSB, and then ABC7. She started there as a traffic reporter, but then she was given a local talk show titled The Suncoast Digest. The Digest would only talk about local affairs, trends, and stories. It seemed everything was going very well in the TV scene. However, her personal life was different. Christine suffered from depression. There were many things going wrong in her personal life. The lack of any relationship was a big one, especially after moving to Florida. She couldn't connect with anyone where she lived, according to her brother Greg. Another thing is that her right ovary was removed, and if she wasn't pregnant in a few years, she wouldn't be able to fertilize. Her crush on co-worker George Peter Ryan was strong to the point of her baking a cake for his birthday and wanting his attention, only to find out that he was involved with Andrea Kirby, a sports reporter who was close to Chubbuck. Andrea was offered a job in Baltimore. Her departure made Chubbuck even more depressed. Adding on to it, her parents were divorced. At this point, she had thoughts of committing suicide. In 1970, she attempted to kill herself by overdosing on pills. It's unknown what kind of pill she was using at the time, but she still remained alive afterward. She would do something shocking in about 4 years from this overdose. During her time at WXLT, she had offered to do a story about suicide. She did some research on the matter, as well as asking a cop on how one would commit suicide. The police officer revealed what kind of gun or bullets that a person would use to do such a thing. This research was not really research, as she was going to use the weapon and bullets the cop mentioned on the air. Friday, July 12th, about 3 days before she died. She held a party where her and her co-workers just hung out at her home. Craig Sager, a co-worker, was stunned by this move. In an interview, he said, "She didn't seem the type to hang out, and then all of a sudden we get this invitation that she's going to have a huge party at her place. We thought, this is fantastic. She's coming out of her shell. This will be a treat." According to Sager, she was actually having a good time, having fun, and smiling. Now it's 3 days after, July 15th, 1974. Chubbuck arrived to start the digest. She was telling her co-workers that she had to read a news story live on the air, which she hadn't done in the past. Her co-workers were skeptical and confused. Christine was acting very, very happy that day. However, they didn't know what she had actually planned to do. She opened the show with 3 stories being covered nationally, as well as a shooting that happened the day before. It happened at Beef and Bottle, a local restaurant in the Sarasota-Bradenton airport. Somehow, the newsreel was jammed, and it wouldn't play. She decided just not to show it. Instead, she said the following. In keeping with Channel 40's policy of bringing the latest in blood and guts and in living color, you are going to see another first. Attempted suicide. She then shoots herself behind the right ear. The broadcast quickly fades to black. In just a few seconds, thousands of people, including the staff, watched a young news reporter fatally shoot herself on the air. A public service announcement was shown, and then a movie. People were stunned, including her co-workers. Many called the police, and others called the station and asked if it was all staged. In fact, it wasn't. This was real. 15 hours afterward, she was pronounced dead at the hospital. The news desk had the script for the show that day. There was also something very interesting. It was a script for a staff member who would take over the broadcast. It detailed her death, hinting that she planned to do this the entire time. The invitation to the party was also there, as well as a note saying goodbye to her staff members. The staff now knew that this party was a goodbye party. Her body was cremated. Her ashes were then laid in the Gulf of Mexico, where her memorial service took place. Over 120 people attended, including other local news stations. Eulogies were given, and many were simply confused on why she had done what she did. The footage of this incident hasn't resurfaced anywhere. The tapes are rumored to have had an injunction placed on them by her family, forbidding their release. It's also rumored that the family destroyed the master tape and a second copy. A third copy was rumored to exist for a long time. And it does. It belongs to Mark and Molly Nelson. Mark owned WXLT-TV, the station Christine worked at. After a film about the incident came out, Molly was contacted by many people about the tape. It was too overwhelming, so she gave the tape to a quote-unquote very large law firm to keep it safe. She has no plans to release the tape online. Who knows what'll happen to it in the future? Will it be destroyed? Will it be released? Who knows? Afterward, many films about this incident have been made. Patty Chayefsky was inspired by this incident to create the landmark film Network. It was about a woman suffering from depression similar to Christine's, who worked at a news station with terrible ratings. The 2016 Sundance Film Festival had 2 films about this one event. Kate Plays Christine and simply Christine were shown there. The films were made by Robert Greene and Antonio Campos respectively. Seriously, isn't that sad? Of course it is. Suicide is a bad thing. It devastates those left behind. Think about it. Your life is important, and it's terrible to ever let it go. Reach out to anyone. You're not alone. Thanks very much for watching, and my condolences and support go out to Christine's family, wherever they are now. And Christine, if you're watching from up above, stay gold. Goodbye, everybody.